native racists think anybody they disagree with, they say they're bad. They say English is a bad language, and they say that native language is good language, it's sacred because it's pure. Then anything that is not native, that will be seen as bad. So when you have this way of thinking, then these racists say all these kind of nonsense. That the English language is a bad language. And if that's so, then why are they speaking English? Why are they not learning their own language? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Maybe not, because I'm confusing. If you can understand me, can you explain it to me? Off guy. Oh man. let me let me try that again. Oh my. Okay, the native racists, they like to say that English is a bad language. So, that means everything that is associated with the English language is bad. Because they say treaties are written in the English language. So, therefore, the fact that America broke all the treaties that were made with Native people, this proves that English is a bad language. English is a language that's used to trick people. Well, that's not true. Let me tell you one reason why. All I have to say is one word. And if you're Lakota, you should know what that word is. If you don't know that word, then how Lakota are you? I said, all I have to do is say one word, and this will tell you that English is not a bad language. And this word is a Lakota word. What word do you think it is? If you are Lakota and you don't know this word, then I have to ask you, how Lakota are you? The word is Iktomi. Simply said. Who is Iktomi? He's a trickster. What language do you think Iktomi spoke? Lakota. This trickster appears in all native cultures. And the songs, the Iktomi songs, the trickster songs, they all have the same melody. The different words, yeah, because they're in different languages. Each tribe speaks a different language. So the songs will have different words because of the different languages, but the melodies are the same. I find that really interesting. So in other tribes, he goes by different names. But for Lakota, he's called Iktomi. He played tricks on people to hurt them, to humiliate them, and he did it in the language of that culture. So Iktomi speaks all native languages, and he used those native languages to trick natives and animals and plants and that which moves and grows. So you cannot say in a clear, intelligent, traditional mindset that English is a bad language. You can't say that. Because Iktomi spoke all native languages to trick and humiliate and fool and tell lies to other native people. He used all Indian languages to do that. So is the language bad then? Because Iktomi tricked somebody? Iktomi used Lakota to trick Lakota people? Does that make Lakota a bad language? Think about that. Especially you native racist. Think about this. If Iktomi is a trickster and he lies to people and he makes promises to them and he breaks it and he's using Indian languages, then those Indian languages should be bad. If you believe that English is a bad language because the white man or the Washi Jew makes agreements with English and breaks it, then you have to apply that same concept to Iktomi. Iktomi lied to people using all Indian languages. So if you believe that English is a bad language because the American government broke the treaties, then all Indian languages should be bad too. All Indian languages must be evil too because Iktomi used all Indian languages to fool all Indian people. So, think about that now. What's the difference? The American government used the English language to make treaties with native peoples, with Indian peoples, and then America broke those treaties. Okay, does that make English a bad language? If you say yes, now you use that same thinking and apply it to Iktomi. Iktomi went around the people telling lies, tricking people, humiliating them, using the language of those Indian people. It's the same thing that America did. So if you say English is a bad language because of what America did, then all Indian languages must also be bad because of what Iktomi did. Now, people who are racist are really thick-headed. They don't see reality clearly because they can't comprehend the fullness of it. So, let me try to make this a little bit more simple for the native racists. Okay? Okay. Iktomi goes and tricks people using the language of those people. So let's go to the Anishinaabe people. I don't know what they call their trickster, but they do have one too. I had a friend who was Anishinaabe. She gave me a book about Anishinaabe stories, and so I know they do have a trickster. So, let's say their trickster does something. He's tricking somebody in the stories. So he's speaking Anishinaabe. Their trickster is speaking their language to trick their own people. So, if the trickster tricks native people using native language, does that mean the native language is bad? If you say, oh, no, it's the trickster. That's the same thing as America. So just because America uses the English language to make agreements with native people and then break those agreements, does that mean English is a bad language? It does not. You fall in the flash flood. You're native. You fall in the flash flood. A white guy sees you. He follows the river, finds a rope, and throws it to you. He says to you, I'll save you. Just try to grab something. I'll save you. And he follows you, throws the rope to you. Are you going to get the rope or are you going to let it go just because he's a white man? Because some racists are so racist, they would rather die than refuse to be saved by a white man. Therefore, they leave their girlfriend or their boyfriend behind. They leave their children behind. They leave their grandparents behind, their parents. They leave all their family behind because they would rather break the hearts of all their family rather than be saved by a white man. Is the white man being white? No, he's being human. He sees a human life in danger. He says, hang on, I'll save you. He throws a rope in. So let's say you take a chance and you say, okay, you get the rope. He pulls you to safety. and you're both resting on the side of the river. Because people die in flash floods. They're very fast. You drown really fast. You can't swim in a flash flood. So he said to you, I'll help you. And now here you are sitting on the side of the shore, resting. He spoke in English to you. He said, I'll help you. And he did. He helped you. He brought you to shore. He saved your life. Is English a bad language? It's not the language that's bad. It's the person that's speaking the language. It's not the language. Because there's a lot of native races that believe that English is a bad language, but at the same time, they only speak English. And since 1978, it's been legal to speak our language. Now, how many years has gone by since that time? That's more than enough time to learn to speak a language. But yet, these native races choose not to. They say it's too hard. There's something wrong with the teacher. They're too lazy. They only want to speak English. And then blame the churches and the government. Well, the churches said, we couldn't talk Indian. Government said we couldn't. But hey, all that ended in 1978. The American Indian Religious Freedom Act, 1978. This law stated that it's now okay to do our ceremonies and speak our language in public. Seriously. I mean, we still did it anyway, but this law now said it was okay to do it. So that means now tribal programs, there's people who still speak the language. Years have gone by, and not one of these native races has bothered to learn their own language. Instead, they would rather speak only English. And they have the audacity to say that English is a bad language. Boo-hoo-hoo. Did I sound cool when I said that? Hey. Did I sound really like I dramatic? But really, I really want to pound this home because it's not the language that's bad. Again, I bring you back to Iktomi. Iktomi kept his promise only 2 times. The first time he kept his promise was when he made a pact with the wolves and the coyotes. And that's why those are his messengers today. The wolves and the coyotes are messengers of Iktomi. They're his allies because he kept his word to them. The second time he kept his word, he brought the Lakota people Uwipi and Lowampi ceremonies. Because on that day, there was nobody around to trick. Everybody ran away from him because they all knew he's a trickster. He would use their language and trick them. So that one day, he had nobody to trick. So he said to himself, I'm going to do the ultimate trick. I'm going to trick myself. See, that's Iktomi. That's how he talks, yeah? I'm going to trick myself. So how does Iktomi trick himself? That means he has to do something good for the people he normally tricks. So for us, he gave us the Uwipi ceremony and the Lowampi ceremony. 2 very powerful ceremonies in which amazing things happen for the good of the people. Diabetes is cured through one of these ceremonies. This is no joke. Cancer is also treated in one of these ceremonies too. This is no joke. You cannot say he's a bad guy because he gave us some very powerful ceremonies that really help us in our life. And he did all this in Lakota, so you cannot say Lakota is a bad language because, hey, Iktomi spoke in Lakota to our ancestors, and he tricked our ancestors to become the food of the wolves. And he did other tricks too toward humans. And he did that in Lakota language. So if you say English is a bad language because the treaties were broken by it, then Lakota must be a bad language too, because Iktomi used Lakota to trick us. So if English is really a bad language, then why are these Indian racists speaking English only? Why are they on the internet? The internet comes from white people too. Why are they wearing their down-filled jackets? Those are made by companies that are owned by white people. Your thermal underwear, those are made by companies that are owned by white people. Your glasses are made by companies that are owned by white people. If you hate white people so much, put on your animal skins and go live in a cave. Then you're hardcore. And learn your language. Damn it. Oh, my gosh. I want to bring that to light because so many people really, honestly believe that all Indians are good and all white people are bad. That's racism. Pure and simple.
To read more about Lakota Star Knowledge spirituality, you can read my book called Wichocha Otechike. You can see the book cover on the right side of this screen. This book contains the information to what I talk about on my Lakota spirituality videos. To purchase this book, please click below where it says Show More. Clicking on that link will open up the description below, and there you will see a link called To Purchase My Books. As you will see, it's an eBay link. Click on that eBay link, and there you will see the information to get this book. Lila Pila Mayelo. Thank you very much.